Hi, today's video is all about how to beat constipation naturally. Stay tuned until the end of the video to see my practical technique on how to open up and let go. Constipation for some people is a very painful and life debilitating issue. So I've decided to put together some practical things that people can do, including diet modifications, lifestyle changes, supplements, and rubbing body parts and holding various different things on the body to empower people to start to take care of themselves. There are many factors to the slowing of people's digestive function, and one of the most important ones, and I put it at the top of the list normally, is water. Are you drinking enough water? And is the water that you're drinking good quality enough? I've got a completely separate video on tap water, which is worth watching, and I'll put a link to it up here. It's important to make sure that you're drinking enough water, because your large intestine, the final part of your digestive system, which can sometimes be a part of the problem if you're constipated, actually draws water out of the stool that's left over to hydrate the body. And if you're dehydrated, then it will continue to draw water out of the stool in your large intestine and make it very hard and compact. So drinking enough water is the first port of call for constipation. If you ever get constipated, just start drinking lots and lots of water. Take a break in between, don't just down 7 pints. Drink half a pint and then come back 5 minutes later, drink another half a pint, and gradually work your way into drinking a lot more water. So as an average rule of thumb, I would say drinking somewhere between 1.5 to 3 litres per day is a good start for most people. If you're chronically constipated, doing this after a week, you'll feel a massive difference. The second most important factor is fruits and vegetables. Are you eating enough fruits and vegetables, and are you eating the right ones? If you're only eating, if the only vegetable you're eating is chips, then that's probably not great for your digestive system. If you're eating, a good mix of all sorts of fruits and vegetables, then that can help with constipation as well, especially things like oranges and some of the citrus fruits. Fruits and vegetables contain fibre. So there's 2 different types of fibre: soluble fibre, which is in fruits and vegetables, and insoluble fibre. So insoluble fibre is things like bread and pasta and bran and things like that, which is important to have, but it's also very important if you're constipated to make sure that you're eating enough fruits and vegetables. The soluble fibre contained in these fruits and vegetables protects your digestive system and your small intestine, and helps the digestive transit, so helps everything move through you at the right kind of pace. The other thing that's really important and has a massive effect on our digestive function and constipation is salt. First of all, is there too much salt in your diet? And secondly, is it the wrong kind of salt? Do you use like a natural salt like sea salt? Do you use an iodized salt, or do you use table salt? This has a massive impact. Sea salt contains lots of other minerals and nutrients within. It's not just sodium, whereas table salt is just sodium, and that will cause your kidney to slow up, because your kidney needs a balance of sodium, magnesium, potassium, and a few other, like selenium and a few other minerals, to keep the balance and yourself hydrated. If you're only having sodium and you're just using table salt, then that puts your digestive system way out of balance, puts your kidneys way out of balance, which will affect your digestive system. So making sure you've got the right kind of salt and not having too much will have a huge impact on your constipation as well. So even just combining these 3 things, so drinking enough water, modifying the salt that you're taking and the quantity of salt, and eating lots of fruits and vegetables will have a massive impact on your digestive system alone. We can then move on to other things which will alleviate your constipation if you're in kind of a difficult situation. Magnesium is a really important mineral for your body and for your digestive system. It's involved with more than 300 biochemical processes in the body, and it also helps your kidneys to regulate electrolytes in the body. So if you don't have enough magnesium in your body, then your kidneys won't be functioning properly and your water balance, and hence you could be dehydrated without even realising. So if you feel like magnesium is the right thing for you, there's several different types of magnesium. There's magnesium oxide, which is really good for your large intestines and actually puts oxygen into your lower bowels. There is magnesium citrate, which will help loosen your bowels and is very alkaline, so it will open your bowels quite quickly if you take enough of it. There's magnesium threonate as well, which is more for brain function and helping you to think faster and think quicker. And there's other different vitamins and minerals which will help as well. So vitamin C, do you have enough vitamin C in your diet? A lot of fruits and vegetables contain vitamin C. So if you're not eating enough fruits and vegetables, then it could be that you need a little bit more additional vitamin C in your diet. So taking a vitamin C supplement may help. I'd recommend a vitamin C that contains bioflavonoids, which are antioxidants, which will also help with longevity and helping you to feel younger and healthier and stronger. The other mineral that can affect your digestion is iron. Are you iron deficient? Are you getting enough iron in your diet? I'll do a completely separate video on iron because it's a subject on its own. But it's possible that if you're iron deficient, then you could be constipated. The other side to that is that if you take iron that doesn't have vitamin C in it, then it's possible that the iron will make you even more constipated. So you need to make sure that you're taking the right iron supplement. Pick a good quality one that says easy iron or helps with digestion or doesn't clog you up. Non-constipation iron, some people call it. The other bodily process that can affect digestion is enzymes. Is your body producing enough enzymes? Is your body acidic enough? So if you're experiencing acid reflux, then it's possible that you actually need more food enzymes, more acidity in your digestive system. Now this sounds counterproductive, but it's actually because your body is lacking in enzymes that it's trying to produce more at the wrong point. So taking certain food enzymes and digestive enzymes will help your body to digest food much, much better and slightly faster as well. The other thing I'd like to ask is, have you found any home remedies? Is there anything on this video that I've missed that you have found have worked apart from laxatives? So I try to avoid working with laxatives because these are covering over the problem and not really dealing with the underlying cause. These are dealing with the symptoms rather than looking at the underlying cause. And everything I do here is to look at the underlying cause and look at how we can modify our lifestyle and our diet to improve digestion, to improve IBS symptoms, to help alleviate long term and get to the root cause of why people are experiencing IBS and constipation. Finally, I'd like to show you some practical techniques that you can use to alleviate your constipation. So first of all, there are emotional stress release points all over the head and face. So 2 points that specifically relate to the digestive system, and these points here relate to the large intestine and the small intestine, are the occipital protuberance. So on the widest part of the head, at the back side, there and there, you want to find the kind of the lumpy nodules there that are the widest part of the head. Use 2 fingers together and then just put your fingers on those points. And when you put your fingers on those points, you might find that you sigh, or you might find that you yawn, or you might notice that all of a sudden everything just goes like calm and relaxed. So hold your fingers there for a few minutes until you feel like the stress released. and then you can put your fingers on the upside of your eyebrows there, just there, only lightly, and then lift up. So you want to hold them there. Again, you might feel yourself sighing or yawning as you're releasing unconscious emotional stress and feelings and sensations that are going on in your body. So once you've done that, you can also rub some acupressure points on your hand. So on the join, on the soft part, the soft fleshy part between where your thumb joins your first finger, you'll feel it very kind of soft and fleshy. You want to rub as firm as you can those points there, and the same on the other side of your hand there, with your thumb, and rub those points, rub into and along that point there, down into your thumb. So this will, this is an acupressure point which opens up the junction between your large intestine and your lung, which are all about opening up and letting go. So by rubbing these points and rubbing them firmly, you might notice sort of 10 to 15 minutes later that you have a sudden bowel movement. It's not going to, open your bowels instantly, but it will have an effect at some point. So you want to do that on both hands and rub as hard and as firm as you can for a few minutes. And then the same on the other side. Rubbing with your thumb, using as much pressure as you can into those points, rubbing down along there into the junction between your finger and your thumb. You might find that it's a little bit lumpy sometimes, and that's okay. Just keep on rubbing. Brilliant. Next, I wanted to show you a point on your leg. This will be on both legs, both sides. So where the trouser, where the seam on your jeans runs down the outside of your leg, there's a lymphatic point, a neurolymphatic point that would be really good to rub, and this helps with opening or closing your bowels. So this specifically works on the large intestine. So if you're suffering with constipation, you want to rub upwards, and if you're suffering with diarrhea, you want to rub downwards. And if you're somewhere in between, then rub both up and down. So if you're constipated, you want to rub up. You want to hold your leg as firm as you can, really dig your fingers in, really push up, and rub right the way up to your hip bone up there. So you start down at the knee junction. And you rub right the way up to your hip bone there. So starting down there, you might feel that it's very tender and very sore. This is good. This means that you found the point that you need to rub, and this will alleviate your constipation and help your digestive system. So it's really important to rub it sort of 5 or 6 times as hard as you possibly can, up and down, up the trouser seam like that. And then you want to do the same thing on the other leg, rubbing up, all the way up. Thanks for watching my video, and remember to like and subscribe. If you've got any comments or you'd like to know anything more, please put them in the box down below. Bye bye.